and place it perfectly on top. The steam from the outer pot comes right up here, no problem. Layer 3. Now is a lovely spicy eggplant dish. We simply steam cook the eggplant. The sauce is later. See how we've cut them, split in half and sectioned, to cook really fast. We'll put them right on top a steamer plate in this next steam tray. There it is, our third layer's ready and firmly in place. The Tatung steamer has this great accessory. It's a simple steamer plate with holes like this. We put it on top and it's another layer to cook with. And here we're cooking a 3-color egg dish. It's got chopped salty duck eggs. This is called a 1,000-year-old egg. Some say black egg or pickled egg. Then 4 regular chicken eggs. I'll use a Chinese-style child's lunchbox. They're easy to find in Chinatown. It's got the perfect thickness, shape, and height. So I start by pouring in lightly mixed egg whites. I pour in the salty duck egg and we're starting already to see the nice colors. So now the black egg. When we even it up a bit, the color pattern gets interesting, don't you think? We've still got the yolks here. Wait for these. It's a special step for later. Okay, we just put this egg dish right on top. Cover it and admire it. Here's a soup and 3 dishes on top ready to cook. We press the cook button and just wait for it to pop up. Good! Let's take a look. First, the egg dish. Yep, ready for the next step. We take it off. Here, eggplant's done, so we can come out. Wow, look at the shrimp! After we garnish a bit with green onion, it's not just cooked, but it's colorful and ready to serve. Now back to the egg. We mix the yolks again. We pour it in and it's distinct, a yellow layer over the white base. The yolk cooks quickly, so it goes back in the pot. Okay, let's take the shrimp out. It's done. We just set it here. The egg here goes back into the pot. We cover it. The soup will just stew a bit longer, and that's fine. Now we just hit the cook button. No need to add water because there's actually enough there now. With the sauce, the eggplant's done. And the shrimp. So it's time to check on the egg. The yolk's cooked. So we can take it out, remove the plastic wrap, and slice it. This will make a nice big plate. And look at the sliced edge here. I just love how this looks. Nice even pieces laid out like this. And move to the plate. Garnish, and we've got a great looking dish. Just like this, and all 3 dishes are done. Next, our dong cai duck soup. It's done too. Look at the great herbal color and how tender the meat is. When you make it, you'll realize how wonderfully fragrant the dong cai is. So now we just pour it out, and it makes a nice full serving bowl. The way people are so busy today, isn't it great to know that with the Tatung steamer and steamer plates, so efficient, so simple, you can have a low-oil meal ready for your family or friends. Hi, here's how to use the Tatung steamer to fix a wonderful and simple drunken chicken dish. 1 large chicken leg here, deboned, some ginger slices, 2 stalks of green onion prepared. This is a tablespoon of salt. You massage it a bit to let the onion and ginger flavor penetrate into the chicken. Okay, now we just put it aside to sit for about an hour. This is the inner cooking pot of the Tatung steamer. The flavorings for this dish are available in any Chinese medicine shop and many Chinese cooking shops. There's huang qi, go qi, and a slice of dong gui. Now we take the chicken meat and place it in the inner pot. To steam, the outer pot will need some water. We put 1 cup of water in. The inner pot is placed inside. We cover the whole thing. Press the cook button, and you hear it starting to heat. 10 minutes is up, so our chicken should be done now. The meat looks great. See how firm it is and tender? Now we put it right on ice and cover it with ice water. We use this cooling step to get the firm texture needed for this dish. Now let's use some drippings in the pot. It's a drunken chicken, and here's when we add the alcohol. The same quantity as the drippings we just poured out. Into a kind of alcohol soup. Now the cooled chicken goes into a bag here, and then we pour the alcohol soup in we've just made. Tie it nice and tight, and put the whole thing into the refrigerator to sit. Give it a day for flavors to mix and it's ready to eat. If you want stronger flavors, wait for 2 or 3 days. To serve, cut chicken into pieces. Maybe add some fresh, brightly colored gochujang and some cilantro to garnish. And you've got a really beautiful dish. With Tatung electric steamer, you can prepare drunken chicken with ease. No gas cooking, no fuss. You'll impress everyone at your table. Next, we'll be using the Tatung steamer to show everyone how to prepare a highly flavored chicken soup, the 4 flavors chicken soup. On this plate is what's called su flavoring. You might get it already mixed in a bag, but here are the plants. In Chinese, it means 4 things: dongui, huangqi, huangtong, baishao, goji berries, cinnamon, shoudi, and peizao. All the Chinese herbs go straight into the inner pot. Water. Let's first add 1200 cc or 1.2 liters. We're going to put it into the outer pot. But first, let's put in 1/2 cup of the steaming water into the outer pot. This allows the soup to simmer. In goes the herbs and water. We cover it and press the cook button. After about 20 minutes of simmering, we'll be taking the herbs out. Here we are at 20 minutes. Let's take a look. All the flavors of the herbs have now fully cooked into the soup, so we can take them out, like this. Here are the pieces of cooked chicken we've already boiled, and we add it in. You can see how really full the flavor of the soup is now. While it cooks this time, we add rice wine for flavoring, which makes an excellent combination with the herb broth. A cup here of rice wine. At the same time, we add fresh gochujang and hongzao. Hong means red, and this is a red zao plant. Remember, in the 4 flavorings mix, we had heizao. That's the black zao. This is red zao. It's a great restorative. It boosts your qi. We're pouring 1 cup of water in here. We press the cook button. When we hear the steam dancing, our soup will be ready. Our soup is ready for its final cook, and here we can make use of the steam in the pot to cook a spicy steamed fish dish. We'll be making the hot relish for this dish. I'll do it the Chinese way here, but each cook can, of course, adjust the proportions to suit their tastes. Using a Tatung food processor, I pour in a fair amount of hot peppers I've already roughly chopped. Cleaned garlic cloves. I hit the pulse button a few times to roughly chop the mixture. Just a few times is enough. We've got a nicely evenly mixed coarse mixture, as you can see. Just pour it in like this. And this gets us ready to add all the other sauce ingredients. I add pork strips over the fish to add some salty taste. Spoon the hot sauce over these pieces. Add some soy sauce. Of course, you can put the fish on a regular plate, but Tatung also has a steamer plate like this you can use. In our pot now, of course, is the soup. This fish needs less time, just 8 to 10 minutes depending on how big it is, and it's done. Using the same steam to heating the pot, so it's 2 dishes at once. So I open the top. Wow! See how great it is? I put the fish steamer plate on top. Cover it like this. Like this, we can save power, then both are done at the same time. Wow! It's just perfectly cooked. You don't want to over or undercook the fish, and this is perfect. Just watch that it doesn't cook over 10 minutes. When we use Tatung steamer plate, it's exactly the same diameter as the inner pot of the steamer. See? So the flavors don't accidentally get mixed. To garnish, just cover the fish with split green onion. Our oils are ready, heated to a high temperature, so we dribble them over the onion and all the flavor is released. Now let's check on the soup. It's all perfectly cooked. The colors look great with the berries and the chicken. The berries keep their shape because we didn't overcook them. This is how the meat should look. With our steamer, not only can it cook soup and steam fish, but it can do them at the same time. It's a breeze, and you're done before you know it. The two recipes we're doing here are favorites in Taiwan's kitchens, using the Tatung steamer, starting with lion's head meatballs. The meat we use will be ground, so I'm grinding fresh pork strips in a Tatung food processor. This is such a convenient way to get quick, beautiful ground pork. We've missed the flavorings. Add them, and the Macon preserved greens chopped fine. For the garlic greens, I'll use the food processor again, and each meatball will be sitting on an attractive base from a sliced carrot. That leaves plenty more carrot that you can add to the food processor. It's such a lovely color in foods and adds important fiber. A few pulses and it's ready. Yes, we could get the same effect by hand, but don't you love the convenience? These also get poured together. Now, because we have the Macon preserved vegetable in this dish, we don't need much soy sauce to complete the flavor. And a little pepper. Mixing is best done by hand, like this. To help keep the meat moist, we add a little water a bit at a time, letting it be absorbed. What we are wanting is meatballs that are both tender and firm with a nice round shape. Let's sprinkle in a little more cornstarch. So at this point you feel a sticky firmness, and this is what we want. Okay? Then the balls. We make them just like this, till the meat is used up. Our meatballs are done. I got 12 here. So in order to cook, this will use about 1 cup water in the outer pot. Then our food goes in right on top the steamer plate, adjusting to make sure steam can come up on all sides. We've got a cup of water in that outer pot, so when we press power, count on 20 to 30 minutes till it pops up. Then just let it sit in the steam to finish cooking. I guess it's ready now. Let's open it and see. Yep, look at the colors. And it's still steaming, so let's make use of it, sprinkling some chopped onion on top. You've got a beautiful dish here. Your Tatung steamer can make all kinds of dishes. Here we'll do a steamed spicy tomato tofu. The tomato we chop into big chunks, then place in the dish. Tofu, we just slice it and arrange it on top of the tomato. For flavorings, we're using an easy-to-get spicy meat sauce, and we just spoon it over the top. It's already got all the flavor this dish needs. That makes it all incredibly simple. And a ceramic dish like this can go right into the steamer. These green onions we'll add when it's almost done. One of the accessories for the steamer has a piece like this, a steamer stand or steamer plate. So first we place it right on the bottom. About a ½ cup water, and we pour it in, and our bowl on top. Cover it. Press the power button. It'll be around 20 minutes when the button pops up, but like before, just leave it a bit. That just lets the flavors mix nicely. It's about 45 minutes later. Wow! Look how beautifully this is all mixed. We simply use the same dish to cook and serve. What's spread over the top here is the meat sauce. Underneath, the tomato flavor and tofu have mixed nicely too. To spruce it up a bit, we sprinkled chopped green onions. So using the Tatung steam function, we can make this so much easier than on a stovetop, dripping with flavor. Your steamer is great for congés. This one for the Laba festival is healthy and sweet. Washed grains go right into the pot. There's 8 kinds all mixed. In the outer pot, we put a cup of water and just place the inner pot right in. We've prepared about 1700 cc's of water. We press the power button. With all this water, it takes a while to cook, about 30 minutes. Then let it sit at least 15 more to improve texture and taste. It's really a great way to cook because in this time you can be doing whatever you wish. Great! It's popped up. It sat another 15 minutes. So let's look inside. Here we add the coarse sugar and a bit of brown sugar syrup, which is a great flavor. Our dried fruit, and stir to mix it. See how thickly this cooks up? If you've ever tried making this on the stove, you know what a difference this is. Here it doesn't stick to the pot. Laba sweet congee using a Tatung steamer is just this thick. Flavors so beautifully mixed. Now we'll be using our steamer to make a healthy, thick pumpkin soup. Okay, you know how hard a pumpkin is? Usually we peel it first, losing the nutrients. Here, even the skin becomes soft, so it's a great way to keep all the nutrients inside. We've washed and chopped the pumpkin into big chunks. Put a cup of water in the outer pot to cook. When the button popped up, we let it sit to finish cooking beautifully. This is something other pots just can't do. Okay, here's our cooked pumpkin. Such big pieces, but see how soft the skin is? Only Tatung can do this. We just pop these pieces into the blender. Like we just said, we'll do a thick soup, but with even texture, and to help get this, we add 1/2 cup cooked rice. If you have a high-fiber cooked rice, even better. The rice keeps everything suspended and thickened. Cashews, we'll be adding these too. They give the soup a milky flavor. Some quick pulses, then let it run. There, it's done. Like this, so simply, our soup is ready. Serving is easy. See how thick and how great the color is? We've got an elegant, healthy soup ready, just like this. Next, we'll be making a super simple mochi, common across China and Japan. Here are our dry ingredients. We pour them all right into the inner pot of our steamer and mix them well. All 4 things need to mix well. To make it sticky, of course, we need water. We boil it and pour it in nice and hot, then mix thoroughly. The texture comes from here. About now, you see how firm and sticky it's getting. It starts to hold together and not mix. Now is when it's ready to cook, so just spread it nice and even. 1/2 cup water in the outer pot. Then the inner pot goes in. Let's see. It'll be about 20 minutes of cooking. After that, same thing, let it sit. When it gets transparent, it's done. Wow! Take your steam and see if it's done. Look right in the middle. It should be transparent everywhere. Yup. It was white when we put it in, right? And now it's like this. That's how you know it's done. This special texture is not easy to handle for sure, but just get it into a bag like this when it's cool enough to work with. Lightly knead it to begin working with it. Now watch this. We press it out into balls, which are rolled in the different outer coverings, the flavors, and arranged into 5 colors like the Chinese 5 elements. With Datung, it's so easy, and the results are great. You've got to give it